3 creatures on board. Turn 2. Next turn, we can play a land and then swing with all 3 of these to trigger Winota. Intimidators, we're still going to get 3 triggers here. So I will make... Yeah, we'll make Lieutenant be a coward. Let's swing. 3 triggers. Trigger number 1. Back here, we get 2 blockers for this Flourishing Fox. And with that remaining mana here, I will make this a coward. So that way, it's another trigger for Winota. I think we're swinging, baby. How's it going, y'all? Titan Smash MTG here. Today we're back at it with more MTGA standard action. This time we're having another little homebrew of my own here. This is 4-color Winota. As y'all know that come on the channel, I love me some Winota. With the bans and everything in place now, I think it's one of the more powerful things you can probably be trying to do off the gate. It's just a matter of finding that right shell for it. You know, a few videos ago, I'd had a Naya Winota list. I was thinking maybe if we just splash black in here, just for Woe Strider. There's no other really good creatures to be splashing this in for. We can see if it's worth it. That list I'd played, the Boros one that had all the pathways, kind of showed me that you can splash all these different kind of colors, and it's not as hard as you think to hit all your lands and stuff. So I wanted to try it out here. Still some interesting stuff going on here. I have 4 Gilded Goose and 4 Lotus Cobra for accelerants. So with the craziest hands you can have, you can on turn 1 play a Goose, turn 2 play a Goose and a Lotus Cobra, and then turn 3 you play your land, swing with all 3 creatures, and you get 3 triggers if you have your Winota there. Now that's pretty Christmas landy, but it can happen. But even so, you have all these mana fixtures here that can make things of any color, so it's another reason to try to play out this Woe Strider. Woe Strider being a good card that it makes 2 creatures for Winota the next turn, but also a way that, you can sack things and then be able to find your Winota should you be looking for it to win the game. So, I'm not sure if it's actually worth it or not. Naya Winota may just be the better way to do it. If so, then I'll update a list for that sometime down the road. But you know, my mind's brewing. I'm actually excited to play and excited to brew some Ryu Standard for once. It's been a few, since Omnath really has became a thing here, it's just not been fun playing Standard. So I'm going to take this one in the best of 1 unranked just to kind of see how it goes because 4 colors is pretty janky as is. But I got a good feeling about it. So let's take it in there, see how it goes. Let's go. Alrighty, y'all. First game of the day here against Ken at Patty, who will be on the draw here. But we have quite the opening hand. We have a Lotus Cobra, a Gilded Goose, and Winota. So we can possibly turn 3 Goose here. 3 lands here is all we really need. Another Goose. So this is actually sweet. So we can Goose here. Next turn we can Cobra and Goose. And turn 3, turn 3 if they have no triggers here, we can swing with 3 triggers. This is actually like one of the best starts you can have with this deck if they don't have a bunch of removal. So we'll see how this goes. Curious to try this. Okay, Skyclave is fine, baby. That means that they're not attacking me. Here we can cleanly block this. They have lifelink, so they'll still gain a life, but it is what it is. Intimidator doesn't scare me. Mana-wise doesn't really matter here, so we can play the Cobra. No matter what, we're going to have to crack that food anyways, and it's still worth this to get this down. So there we go. 3 creatures on board. Turn 2. Next turn, we can play a land and then swing with all 3 of these to trigger Winota. So let's hope they don't have any removal here. They're looking at my Gilded Goose. They better quit. You better quit. Alright. So they kill Cobra here, which is annoying because now we can still play Winota next turn. We have to play this Pathway. I'm going to block here because I don't know of anything that gives it -1 or -1. Okay. So we still won't get Winota down. Let's play this Pathway. Do this, get a white. Swing. Do a little Bowser's Lieutenant. I'm going to put this on the Winota here, so that way, should they kill it, we at least get another creature down. Because that's going to be the creature they do try to kill if they kill anything here. So now this next turn, we can also play the Intimidator next turn and make something a coward. Oh, yeah, like Lurus ain't it, son. Okay. Okay. Alright, hey, 1 game in here. This looks pretty good, baby. We'll take it. So, let's see here. Pathway coming down. Intimidators, we're still going to get 3 triggers here. So I will make... Yeah, we'll make Lieutenant be a coward. Let's swing. 3 triggers. Trigger number 1. Another Bowser's Lieutenant. Put this on... it doesn't really matter, I guess. Trigger 2. Intimidator. Trigger... well, it's a whiff there, but still. That's turn 4. That's turn 4. So that felt pretty good. Good first game. Let's go ahead and play another one. Game number 2 is against I Love Pancakes. So do I, my friend. So do I. On the play this time, hand's not quite as explosive, but still, I mean, this is just a good curve. We have the Selfless Savior here on 1, Kerrigan Intimidator on 2, or Stomp should we need it. For now, let's play the Savior, pass the turn. Very early in the standard so far. Again, I recorded this one, I'm playing this one here on this first day of the new standard. It'll be up probably Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah. Kill myself a Savior, which is whatever, I guess. Alright. Mono Bloodchief's Thirst deck, apparently. That's fine. It's fine. Would love to draw an untapped source here, so that way I can just play this Bone Crusher Giant out. Because I want to kind of make it to where they just have to keep having answers like this over and over. And the mana in this deck's interesting, because you have all these different colors, so you think it was sketchy. But at times like this, like, if I needed that green source early, then I had it. But now I have that white source, so now I can go play the Bone Crusher here, and the next turn still play this Haktos, which is nice. So it's really nice being able to be so versatile here. I still don't know if 4 colors is really worth it. We'll have to see. Speaking of which, there's a Woe Strider. And this is where it does get a little bit awkward, is I can either go get the white source to play Haktos, or I can get a black to play Woe Strider. So they trade there. Not a big deal, I guess. At least getting that out of the way early on is fine. Let's go ahead and crack this Fabled Passage. And I think it's still best to get a white source here. Or sorry, a red source. So that way I can just play this Haktos. Hope it lands on... Yeah, let's go! I would say landing on 4 is great because there's not a lot of things in 4 in their deck. They're mostly 1, 2, and 3 mana. So Enforcer don't mean a thing. My little baby Scoot Swarm going to the bin. Sad about that, but it's okay, I guess. Here, we'll play this. And interestingly enough, since it's on 4, I could put this counter on my Haktos, but I think it's still better off just putting on this Boss Lieutenant. I think this Haktos is just a solid clock anyway, and putting a counter on here doesn't increase my clock any on them. Oops. Opponent trying to lock the denial here for getting I had that extra mana open. You love to see it. I think we just put this on the Boss Lieutenant here again. Going from 6 to 7 doesn't really increase your clock here, because it's 7, 14, 21, so they would have been at 1. Gotta throw a little it doesn't obey, it cooperates at them. Here I can kill their Thieves Gold Enforcer, that feels kind of meh. So I think for now I'd rather just hold on to that and see. Okay, block here. Oh, so I figured maybe they had a way to put some more rogues into play, maybe give that Death Touch, but I guess not. So opponent's down to 10 now. I think we just hold the Shadow Skull Smashing now, especially so this way if they just play out like a Scavenger or something, I can kill it. Just do X for 3. Okay, Bloodchief's Thirst, so we get a token here, which is fine. Still no black source. So this is where getting a little bit punished for going 4 color. Anybody that's played the Mardu decks, though, the Mardu Winota decks, you know how good that Woe Strider can be in these lists. So I still think it's worth trying out. In the end, Naya may be the way to go. But hey, get a win there. Let's go! It's game number 3 here against Champion Brand. On the draw this game. I think I keep this. I got a bunch of 2 mana plays here. I can play the Cobra. I can play these Intimidators. Okay, Speaker of the Heavens. So this is the Mono White Beatdown. This is Kerrigan Intimidator number 3. Yoinks. We got our black source this time for Woe Strider, so that's kind of neat. And also another thing I didn't point out is even though it's a little bit awkward with their mana, when Lotus Cobra or Gilded Goose are there, you are already make mana of any colors. Here I'd really get the Lotus Cobra down, so we have land number 3. That way this next turn I can potentially play double Intimidator if we draw a red source, and if not, then I can still play this Woe Strider just fine. Okay, Mono White doing the things to us right now. I could block with Speaker of the Heavens, but I don't think that's the play right now. People always, myself included, kind of just give Mono White a hard time, but a lot of times, like, they just kind of play their cards and beat you down, and that's really all there is to it. So here I'll play Woe Strider. Winota can still kind of get us out of this. Say if they swing, get really aggressive, and tap out, and then that way we have Winota come down and get 3 triggers. But we also need a land to do that, so we're actually in pretty bad shape. There's Luris, more lifelink. That also activates Heliod, so we're in a little bit of trouble. I think we got to block the Speaker of the Heavens this time. Blocking Heliod doesn't really do too much. I may block it just to save damage and scry. I think we throw that there. And I think we gotta let this Woe Strider block this. That way, even if they sack something and get a counter on it, then it still has 3 power. And then give it indestructible here. But I think we got to keep Lotus Cobra around for mana reasons. Interesting, that makes the Heliod fall off, so there's no attack from it now. So still, I think we scry here. See what we can find. No red mana right now. Kenny is the last thing we needed to see. Yoinks. Yeah, this ain't looking too good. So indestructible there. And now they can just play back that Selfless Savior and be really annoying. That loop is really good, by the way. Just having to keep on getting Selfless Savior back with Luris is nice. Last game of the day here. Or game number 4, sorry. Game number 4. Mulligan there. Definitely keep this. So I think it's actually got to be Woe Strider here because I'm going to want to, you know, on turn 3 we're going to be wanting to play this Winota. So I think I should just, I probably should play the Symbiosis here, but I've already clicked it, so oh well. We'll shock in next turn. Okay, Fable Passage on 1 is always good to see because that means we can at least get this Lotus Cobra down safely. Green, okay. Okay, Selfless Savior coming in 1 turn too late. Lotus Cobra. So here I can either play Winota out and swing 1, get 1 trigger. And I think the shield's down, that maybe be the way to go. I could also Lotus Cobra and Selfless Savior, but I think for now, just while the shields are down. Oh no! Whiff City, baby. Oof. Okay, green, white. Okay. I would actually love for a deck like this to beat us, because I really think these decks are neat. With another Cobra, we can just play out our whole hand here. So we'll do this. Play this tap. That's 2 triggers. That's 3 mana. Yeah, we're still in great shape here. Cobra. Savior. I don't know. Is that a good turn 4? I think old Kenny will do the trick. Now, they'll probably block the Cobra here. And if they do, I think we just let it die. I want to save this Selfless Savior for the Winota, keep it alive. They're already down to 9. I can't see a way they come back from this. This feels nice. So, Fable Passage. Maybe they get a black. Maybe they're Abzan. Nope. Okay, another Ooze is fine, but eh. Oh man, they're dead. They're way dead. You can attack all you want, but I'm about to have lots of triggers, and they scoop it up. You'll love to see it. Let's go! Last game of the day here is against B in Orange, because we love being orange, like Donald Trump. Just kidding. Don't forget to vote, y'all. Speaking of orange people and voting, that's all I'll say about that, but don't forget to vote. Not a bad hand, though. Turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Savior. We need to find a Winota, obviously, but if we do, it's another turn where we can just, start pumping out Winota things and jamming. Okay. Ooh, Cycling. I've not seen Cycling in a minute. And there's Winota. Love to see that. I think we'll just play the Selfless Savior for now and pass the turn. So this is going to be interesting because they're going to have next to 0 removal and interaction with us. However, they can just be on the beatdown plan and kill us that way. So it's really just going to be a matter of seeing who beats down faster than the other one. Who beats the other one off quicker. We'll take 2 here. Alright, so a few options here. I can play Winota and swing 1. And I think that's what I gotta do. If that was a black source, there would be some consideration here. to playing... yeah. If we had a black source, I would probably just play the Woe Strider out and then next turn play out Winota. For now, I'm happy to just swing the Selfless Savior in. Intimidator's not a terrible pickup. Now, we do lose the Savior here, which is unfortunate. Sometimes it'd be like that. Opponent down to 17. They got 2 Foxes out. Okay. So if they go to attacks here, I'm not blocking because they could just triple cycle and kill my Winota. So I think we just, wait. We just let them have it. Kind of weird they didn't give us the option, though. Not a good play on the opponent's part. You at least should let me try to block that first. Just on the off chance I did go for that block. But opponent's not messing around. They're like, no. We play fast. We the fast deck. No. There's a swamp. So now we can play Strider. Which actually isn't that bad, because even though we can't attack here, we get 2 blockers for this Flourishing Fox. And with that remaining mana here, I will make this a Coward. So that way, it's another trigger for Winota. I think we're swinging, baby. 2 triggers. Trigger number 1. Okay. Boros Lieutenant. Good hit. So even if I put 2 more counters here on my attacking creatures, it wouldn't be lethal. Because that'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then if I had another Lieutenant, that'd be 12, 13, 14, 15. I guess another Kindred would be lethal at that point, but that's just... yeah. So I think doing this is the best way. I'll put a counter here, and then I'll put another counter on this, I guess the Woe Strider probably. Because they're both going to be blocking anyways, and now this way if we block, we get 2 Knights left back. And this is great, because even opponent goes land and has Zenith Flare here, they have 4 things in the graveyard with Cycling. But as long as we double block here, we're good. So I don't see a way they beat us here. If they use removal, then that means they can't Zenith Flare us. Okay, and I bet you that's what it is. I think we set ourselves up for success there. Let's go! Let's take a look at the deck list one more time. Alright, y'all. So overall, that was like 4-1 with the list. Not too bad. Now, I will say I played this some also, and did have some other losses as well, and some other wins on camera. I lost to Dimir Rogues in like a 20-minute best-of-1 match at one point. But some thoughts about the deck overall. I don't think that 4th color is actually worth it. So I think Naya Winota is the way to go. I do like having the 4 of Goose and 4 of Lotus Cobra. Initially, when I first made Naya Winota, I thought maybe that was just too much. But I think you actually want to be there. Anyway, you just have to guarantee that you're hitting your lands, hitting your mana accelerants to get your Winota out faster is good. And still having things like Boros Lieutenant, Haktos, and Kindred to hit is pretty nice. Scoot Swarm didn't get to play at all in any of these games, so it's hard to tell about that one. But it was fairly impressive when I did play it the very first time. So there's a lot of flex slots here for sure, and I need to work on a little bit more. But I think Naya is the way to go with this. Still, 4 colors. Hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for the support.